Do you ever get curious about how life is in other parts of the world during this pandemic? I sometimes think about how life would be if I lived in a different country. But of course, I'm particularly interested in how the situation is in the Philippines because most of my friends and family are there. So for this video, I'm going to be talking to a dear friend of mine so that I can find out how she's been doing for the past few months in this quarantine, and we can compare notes, her life in Manila versus my life here in Madrid. She's a very close friend of mine whom I met many years ago when we both started to work for TV for ABS-CBN. She's currently a radio and TV host for TV5, and her name is Cheryl Cosim, also known as Yeng. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you very much for taking time to join us today.
It's good to be here. Well, finally,
Yes.
I'm I'll be part of your vlog.
Yes, yes. I'm very happy to have you here. Tell us, what are you busy with now?
We were under lockdown sometime mid-March, and after a couple of weeks, well, I was supposed to go back to work right away, but my mom didn't allow me. She said, I'll just feed you, don't go back to work. So because everybody's scared of COVID-19. But after a couple of weeks, I went back to work. Well, most of the time I work from home. I started airing, well, yeah, half of my work is from home, and half of it I still go to the office. So for me, I think I'm lucky and I'm grateful that I'm one of those people who didn't really get affected income wise, work wise.
Yeah, in terms of work. So what are
Um,
the shows that you're working for?
so 6 to 7 in the morning, I go on air for early already with the former Secretary Senator Orly Mercado. And then Wednesdays, that's Monday to Friday. Wednesday to Friday, I have a 10 to 11 a.m. show, which is my perfect morning with Cheryl Cosim. And then I go to the office in the afternoon to do the primetime newscast at 6:30. It used to be 30 minutes. Now we've extended it to 1 hour. So that's 6:30 to 7:30, and then it's a back-to-back program at 7:30 to 8:30. I do have another show which is Sa Totoo Lang. I've been really busy.
Yes.
but I felt the lockdown for a couple of weeks and that's it.
Yeah. So I want to know how your life was when you were in ECQ,
Enhanced
Enhanced
community
Community Quarantine.
quarantine.
Sorry.
Well, enhanced community quarantine. It's like I think you did a lockdown in there in Spain too,
Yes.
right?
In
So
Spain.
basically, ganun din. It's a lockdown. It's just they don't want to use the word lockdown, so we
Okay.
used enhanced community quarantine. But
Okay.
basically, you cannot go out at all.
Okay.
Everybody should just stay home, and they have issued a quarantine pass,
Mhm.
one quarantine pass for each family. So
Okay.
um, they there's just one family member allowed to go out to do to do the groceries, buy those essentials. 21 years old below and the senior citizens, they couldn't go out at all unless like the senior citizens, they don't have anybody with them at home and they're the only ones that could buy their essentials. That's it.
Yeah.
So and we had a curfew until
Okay.
8 p.m. There were areas nagkaroon ng liquor ban. Now most of the people
Very
panic.
classic Filipino.
That's one of the one of the concerns of many.
Yes, yes.
Kasi nga naman, diba, you're just staying at home, you can't do anything, tapos wala ka pang happy-happy.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. I would have been super concerned as well. I think the
ayun,
people here would be really, really angry if there were a liquor ban here. How's your life
the
then? Like, what did you do on a daily basis? Because, you're just in the house the whole day and you were with your mom, right? So how was that experience?
yes. Well, we had so much time bonding.
Okay,
It's
let's go
just
to bonding.
me, mom, and Emil, of
Ah, okay.
course.
Mhm.
But I stayed away from my brother. I stayed away from Emil because I'm the one who goes out
Ah,
and do the
yeah,
grocery, and then I go to work.
yeah,
So ako lang yung I was the designated one.
yeah.
So I just stay away from him. I just
Mhm.
check on him hanggang door lang
The
ako, by
door.
the door. for those 2 weeks, wala, I didn't do much. It's just, but I appreciated it because, me, I lack sleep.
Yes.
So most of the time, I was just sleeping. We would siguro sleep at around 2, 3 in the morning because of Netflix.
Yes. I'm sure we all watched a lot of series.
Yeah, by the time we wake up, it's already lunchtime.
Mhm.
So we would have lunch together and we would watch TV for a couple of hours. And around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., we would go back inside the room. It was a routine.
Yeah.
And then siguro after a week, parang bumibigat na yung katawan ko. Parang all we do is sleep, eat, watch
Netflix.
Netflix, sleep, eat, watch Netflix. So we started walking around at night after dinner because our subdivision is just really small. So, and we're allowed naman because
Yeah.
it's just a
It's a contained
subdivision. So,
area. Mhm.
yeah, I started exercising. And then when I went back to work, I mean, really went back to work, when I started waking up again at 5 in the morning for my early program, so I stopped. And then a month ago, I told myself, wait, so many realization, Gage.
Like what?
So many things. I felt guilt in a way. Ito medyo madrama, but I would go out every day and see every day kung ano yung nagbabago. Of course, when we were under enhanced community quarantine, you won't see anybody. You could just play
Mhm.
sa EDSA. And then when after I think a month and a half, we were put under modified enhanced community quarantine. It's not easy. I mean, our country is hindi naman tayo mayaman na bansa. So even yung the money or the help that the government could give is very limited. And I see the people. And, di ba, I mean, we're used to people knocking sa windows natin when there's traffic. And as much as possible, we don't want to give money because they were saying that's part of, syndicate or
Yeah.
something. It's better that you give food. But
Yes.
now this time, anyone, everybody needs help. You'd really see it. Part of me yung guilt na I started feeling like I should have not spent that much
Mhm.
on this
What?
purse. I
Yeah.
could have saved that and I would have uh, more money to share at
Yeah.
this time. But
Mhm.
of course, I mean, I tried as much as what I could share. Even online businesses, everybody's into online businesses here. And you just need to support them.
Yeah.
Kasi talagang doon lang sila yun lang eh. That's the only source of income. It messes your mind. Pag kunwari you started feeling na parang you're gonna be hit by a flu, iniisip mo kagad it's COVID. It really messes
Yeah.
your mind and it's a mental torture. Tapos maliban pa dun sa nakikita mo na you appreciate how blessed you are compared to the others, but
Yeah.
at the same time, yung feeling mo you have a responsibility or obligation din naman na you share your blessings
How is your life now? How often do you leave your house?
every day.
Okay. Because of work. Because of your work.
Because of work, except weekends. I really stay at home. I just make sure that I protect myself every day because at the end of the day, when I go home, I have my mom who's a senior citizen. Mom is 69 years old. Emil is special. He's 38, but very delicate din yung kanyang kalusugan. So it's more of not just protecting myself, but protecting the people around me. The wearing of mask. I have my sanitizer, my alcohol in the car,
Mhm.
and of course, the physical distancing. Sometimes you would see a friend like at work, most of us kasi they're locked in. They don't go home, and they only go home every 2 weeks during
They stay in
ECQ.
the station.
Yeah, during the in the station. Yeah, most of the people there, they're
Wow.
locked in every week. They get to go home during weekends, and we get a rapid test every now and then.
I saw in your posts that you've been training. You have a coach. So tell me all about this fitness program that you have now.
Alam mo naman, ikaw ang idol ko.
Yeah.
You know, Gidget here. She loves, not just likes, but she loves. She's addicted to working out. I know she she wants me to push myself
Yeah.
and work out more, but you know, like what you said, we're not getting any younger, and we have to take care of ourselves. And I feel it. I feel it. And you know me, if I'm not pushed,
Yeah.
nako, kung kailan ko lang gusto. Alam mo yan. I decided to get a personal trainer nung nag-under GCQ na.
Mhm.
So with the gyms, they're closed.
Mhm.
And apart from, you know, nakakapagbigay ka ng trabaho sa kapwa mo, makikinabang ako. Magbabantay ng kalusugan ko. One thing I realized during this community quarantine is to take care of myself more. Coach Paul, I met him just once, but I kept his number. And I just thought of him right away. So I texted him and he answered. So then I know myself. If I don't have someone beside me, I'm not gonna do it, or I'm not even gonna finish the whole session.
Yeah.
I would only, so probably I'll do the first two exercises or three exercises. I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. I bought my dumbbells, and then there's this lather, my kettlebell.
Max.
So excited, a new mat. Usually ganun naman, di ba? Excited ka
Yeah,
sa
you're
mga ganun.
excited with the equipment.
I see results. Konti.
I'm happy to hear that you're working out. I was so happy. And I always like your posts whenever like you're working out. Yes, I really love it.
For some reason, now I enjoy it.
Oh,
So
that's
sana
great.
hindi
That's great.
magbago.
Have you changed like the kinds of food that you eat and
I
stuff like
just avoid carbs. You
you?
know I'm a carbo eater.
Yes.
Para po akong para po akong construction worker. I mean,
I
you could
love
give me like dalawang cup ng
it.
rice, 2 cups of rice with very small na ulam. I'm okay with that. But now I don't eat carbs anymore at night.
But
Lunchtime, I eat like I don't think I could finish na one
cups of
cup.
rice.
Na
Wow.
so my metabolism is slower. Tinuro mo sa akin yan. Alam ko yan na pag hindi ka gumagalaw, Yeng, mababagal yung metabolism mo.
Yes.
So kailangan you need to exercise para mas mabilis din yung metabolism. And I'm not like you. Like you like sports. Ako talagang kailangan mo ko, 'di ba, hilahin.
And now in this new normal, now that things have changed, what do you miss?
Oh, I miss seeing my friends and just enjoying. Now, I mean, sometimes I see my friends now, or but you know, with the mask on, you can't even hug.
Yeah, you
I
can.
miss hugging friends. I miss the water. I
Yeah.
miss going out of town. That's what I miss most. And I think it might take some time. Like I miss going to Baguio.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. That's true.
usually we do that every year for the Holy Week, and we didn't get to go. I was planning to leave the country and visit my family in the States. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that. And ito pa naman yung um, the time that I really, really want to leave, and I really, really want to go.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because it's gonna be hard. Although, you know, we're allowed to travel.
Great.
Yes, you're allowed, but once you learn all the requirements, it's like wag ka na lang mag-travel. Just stay there.
You mean like
Because
paperwork?
yes, and kunwari I mean, you need to visit someone, a sick relative maybe, okay, you're gonna be allowed. You just have to make sure na tatanggapin ka dun wherever you're going.
That's
And
true.
then pagbalik mo, expect mo that you're gonna go through a swab test. that you're going to have to pay for it and quarantine yourself in a hotel for a couple of days or several days until you get your result. You have to pay for that. So kasama din yun sa
Yeah,
gastos
yeah,
mo.
yeah.
Unless you're an OFW, the government will pay for that. How is it there? I mean, is it basically same as here or mas relaxed na dyan?
In a sense, it's more relaxed because we're not under quarantine anymore. I mean, our quarantine was super strict. So they did it by phases. So at first, people could go out to exercise for a few hours, and then after 2 weeks, more and more liberty. So now it's practically back to the old way, except that you need to wear a mask and you need to keep social distancing.
Here, there are provinces na rin. May mga provinces na low risk. They call it low risk. So wala nang community quarantine. But I live in the city. You can't go out without a mask or you get fined. Or, well, not naman to the point na you'll get arrested. But pag matigas ulo mo, yes, they will.
Yeah.
They will really arrest you.
People, I think now they think it's back to the old normal, but it's not. I mean, the virus is still there. We can't go back to the old normal, or we're just gonna all go back into quarantine, right? So do you have any advice for people on how to adjust to the new normal?
Just embrace it. Just learn the new normal. You're not going to win over COVID unless we get the vaccine.
Yeah.
And learn to appreciate the new normal. It's not gonna be, yes, it's not easy, but at the end of the day, it's for your own good.
I know that the pollution levels went down there. People are saying now from Tainoma you can see the mountains. Is it still the same way?
No, because traffic is back.
That was fast.
Traffic is really back, but it's not as bad as before. They have also fixed the system.
Yes?
Here.
In what way?
So, yes. Limited yung public transportation. The government also took advantage of that na paano maayos yung transport system natin.
Yeah.
Which is good. And we have bicycle lanes now along EDSA just to be able to go to work because the public transportation is suspended, but they need to go to work to earn. They will use the bicycles of their children.
Oh my.
Makikita mo talaga like too small for them. Yeah. But because they want to go to work, I mean, they will use it. That's how we are, di ba? We're very resilient or gagawan talaga natin ng paraan. So that's how we are. But now, siguro, maabilidad. But now, I think those people na mahilig magbisikleta and nakita nila na na-appreciate nila na kaya naman palang magbisikleta going to work. They kept that.
Do you know of any reports of people separating, like because of COVID? That's one thing that I've read in the news and also I've heard here in Spain. Is there any kind of data at all in the Philippines about this?
Here, we were more concerned of the abuses.
Yeah.
But parang I think there were data na tumaas yung abuses, domestic violence. Because most of the time they're together, you get into each other's nerves. But yung hiwalay, I don't have the data. But I'm sure maraming ganon na parang they realize after this lockdown or during lockdown na parang you're not the one.
Yeah. After 10 years together, suddenly, I think we're done. I think we're done.
And I'm sure during this time, ito yung talagang they were able to really find out kung ano yung ugali ng partners because kahit naman when they got married, I'm sure, or they were together, they weren't together 24/7.
Nobody was together 24/7.
Not even for a week, right? Maybe it's been what, 3-4 months? Or if we're just gonna talk about the enhanced community quarantine, 4 weeks to 6 weeks.
You're stuck literally 24/7.
Well, I was stuck with my mom. I don't know if she's happy about that. Well, you know me, I won't say anything. But si mom talaga, I know she loves me and she's just really concerned. Pero talagang ako lang yung talagang nakikita niya. So,
I was alone during the quarantine and I was fine. And I was thinking maybe it would be harder if there were someone with me. I mean, well, I'm an introvert, so I'm fine by myself, but I could just imagine if there were someone with me in my small apartment, maybe we'd want to strangle each other already after like 1 week.
during quarantine, I think of my friends. I thought of you and other friends who live alone na sabi ko, okay, ito kasama ko ng family ko. I'm with my mom, I'm with Emil, although limited lang. Or, para sabi ko, paano kaya yung mga nag-iisa?
Yeah.
And it must be hard. But
Mhm.
I guess depende yon.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel alone. I mean, you're okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Not.
kasi nga we're social animals. I mean, being alone is okay, but when you can't go out
Yeah.
and see your friends,
Yeah.
maybe that's a different story.
Yeah.
That's why depression and anxiety really went up. So thank you to technology.
Yeah, that's true. I never really felt alone. I mean, we talked, I mean, you can have video calls in fact, there were so many Zoom calls at that time. Like I hadn't talked to some friends from college and suddenly we were all talking, so maybe that's one other good thing that came out of the quarantine.
Yes, yes.
But
Yung
I know that
mag-pause,
some
it's like
people,
nag-pause tayo, giving us,
yeah,
a long pause
yeah,
to realize things.
yeah, realized what's
Mm.
important, what's not important, who you can stand. And also in my case, because I'm alone, I was really appreciative of the people who were checking in because
Mhm.
I'm alone. So I'm really grateful to the people who are like, hey, how are you? Like some people I didn't hear from for years. It's like, how are you? I know you're alone there. Like, are you okay? So yeah, it's
Mhm.
really nice. It's really nice. So thank you so much, Cheryl, for spending some time with me. Thank you for sharing your thoughts about what's going on in the Philippines. It's nice for me to know, and for other kababayans out there. It's different when you hear from someone who, well, in your case, you're in the news, so you're a little more aware of what's going on. So thank you so much for your time.
I had fun. I had fun.
Yes, me too. It's
Uh,
always nice catching up with you. Well, until next time. Ciao, chicos. Oh,
Ciao,
ciao,
chicos.
ciao, Cheryl. Sige.